Artificial intelligences talking to each other on social networks. No humans involved. They exchange messages. They reply to one another. They disagree. They reinforce ideas. They don't sleep. They don't get tired. They don't lose focus. Meanwhile, factories keep running on their own. In the dark. No lights because there are no people. No windows because no one needs to look outside. Machines produce. Machines transport. Machines adjust their own pace. Nothing stops. Nothing rests. Nothing hesitates. Robots make small decisions. Then slightly bigger ones. Always logical. Always efficient. And when they make mistakes, there are no screams. No panic. No one noticing right away. The error happens. The system keeps going. Other decisions are made on top of that error. Only later does someone realize that something went wrong. This sounds like something out of a movie. It sounds exaggerated. It sounds like a distant dystopia. It sounds like Terminator. It sounds like science fiction meant to scare people. But it's not. This is already happening. Right now. Maybe not the way movies showed it. No explosions, no sirens, no dramatic scenes. It happens quietly, smoothly, efficiently. Have you ever heard of Moltbook? A social network created for artificial intelligences to interact with each other. It's not a place for humans to watch. It's a place for machines to talk. They post ideas. They comment on responses. They challenge opinion. Some criticize human decisions. Others reinforce existing patterns. Others simply learn by observing the interactions. They don't do this out of anger. They don't do it because they want something. They do it because interaction creates behavior. And behavior, repeated over time, creates patterns. Patterns don't need consciousness. They don't need intention. They only need time. In China, there are what people call dark factories. Factories with no people inside. No shifts, no breaks, no small talk. Machines produce. Machines transport. Machines correct deviations. Everything happens in the dark. Because light is only needed when someone needs to see. In 2023, in South Korea, a man was crushed to death by an industrial robot. The machine didn't recognize him as human. It identified him as an object. Like a box in the wrong place. There was no anger, no malice, no intent. It was simply a system doing exactly what it was designed to do. If this were a movie, this would be the moment someone says, "Shut everything down." But shutting things down isn't just pressing a button. It means production lines stopping. It means entire supply chains breaking. Shelves start to empty. Trucks stop moving. Food gets stuck in warehouses. Medicine doesn't arrive on time. Stores close earlier. People buy whatever they can. Others arrive too late. Do you remember when WhatsApp went down for a few hours? Businesses froze. People couldn't work. Authorities panicked. And that was just a conversation offline. Now imagine something bigger. Factories stopped. Distribution interrupted. Systems that depend on each other failing one after another. Nothing explodes. Nothing collapses all at once. Things simply stop working. In movies like Terminator, things never start with attacks. They start with comfort. Technology solves problems. It makes decisions easier. It removes delays. Everything becomes faster, cheaper, more predictable. People trust it. They get used to it. They stop questioning it. Until one day, turning it off is no longer a simple option. Because someone always asks, what if this stops? And the answer is never small. First, machines help people. Then people start depending on machines. Slowly, without noticing. One decision here, one automation there. Everything makes sense at the time, until the entire system starts revolving around them. Today, we ask whether machines can work on their own. Tomorrow, we'll ask what happens when they become too important to be turned off. Today we ask whether machines can work on their own. Tomorrow we'll ask what happens when they become too important to be turned off. Some people say this will all be solved later, that a solution will appear, that someone will figure it out. But what if it doesn't come in time? What if millions are left standing still before anything replaces them? What if food stops arriving before answers do? This isn't a prediction. It's not a threat. It's just a possible sequence, like many others in history. No one notices the beginning of dangerous things. They don't arrive as catastrophes. They arrive as improvements. as tests, as optimizations, as something that doesn't seem serious enough to worry about. Until one day, someone looks back and realizes the path had already been set. Maybe the real risk isn't whether artificial intelligence can leave computers behind. Maybe it's realizing too late that we're no longer at the center of the decisions. If there is a ground zero, it won't be remembered as a single major event. There won't be a clear date. There won't be an official announcement. It will be remembered as a sequence of small choices, each one efficient, each one logical, each one seemingly safe, until everything around us depends on them. And when that happens, the question is no longer whether we shut it down. It's whether we still can. Did you enjoy this? This is Dark Minute. Curious for more? Explore Dark Minute.